Manga-Waido.
My name is Yohei Hikabe. I'm a freelance writer. I became a freelancer about half a year ago. I decided to do so because of a theater magazine called Stage Press. Originally, the publisher of this magazine published celebrity gossip. But with the founding of this new Stage Press, you're a guy with musicals, aren't you? I want to ask you to write about them. I already knew Mr. Kato, the first chief editor of Stage Press. I've been writing articles for him for about a year or so when he asked me to write articles on musicals. And so, it has now been half a year since I became a subcontractor writer. Stage Press was selling well and I was able to get consistent work from them. That was when I decided to become independent. Originally, my wife's health was not so good, so I wanted to have the time to support her and the working conditions to make that work. Okay, everything is good this time as well. Thanks. I can really count on you. Thank you very much. I maintained a good relationship with Mr. Kato and was able to continue my work as a freelance writer at a steady pace. But... What? You're being transferred? That's right. They decided this rather suddenly. Just a few days ago, Mr. Kato, as the chief editor, transferred, and I was to continue my work with the new chief editor. His name was Kazuo Manabe. I heard that he used to work for a celebrity gossip magazine. I was a little anxious, but even with a different person in charge, what I was doing now would remain unchanged. As long as I met their deadlines and read good articles, everything would be fine as before. That is what I had thought.
Generally speaking, it's not entertaining. I want you to rewrite the whole thing, but in a different way.
What? What do you mean with being entertaining? Right from the start, I was being caught up in a storm of revisions. A revision on its own is fine. However, I was not given any concrete directions as how to revise them. I was just being ordered around. As for writing entertaining articles, this was really something that the editors were supposed to do. On top of that, the writing styles for celebrity gossip articles and theater magazines are different. Making articles entertaining wasn't the answer to everything. It seemed that the new chief editor did not like how I wrote, and he ordered me to revise multiple times.
Yeah, then this one is okay.
Thank you very much. The result was that I spent 3 times as much energy writing these articles. I was off to a bad start. Oh, so you have a new chief editor? I went out for a drink with my friends at a bar. Since I became a freelance writer, I had more opportunities to meet people like me. Now that I didn't have the backing of a company, connections were more important than ever. I complained a bit about the new chief editor while I drank. This helped me feel a bit better.
That's not good. I hope you'll get a better chief editor soon.
It's not that bad.
Really?
Well, I guess it's also a good chance for me to learn a new writing style. It's the work of a professional to write according to people's requests. If the chief editor changed, then I have to also change my way of doing things. I try to remain optimistic about things, at least at that point. Half a year passed since Manabe became the chief editor. I took care to change my writing style so that I could avoid having to do many revisions and answer his demands. From my friends...
I read your article the other day, but your writing style has changed completely.
That's how much I had changed, but... Yes, this is Kato speaking.
Hey, so I read it and we need to expand it more. Write about 1,000 words in addition to what you have now.
Weren't you the one who told me the original word count? When I asked an editor I knew, it seems that a photo they were planning on using got rejected. That's why they wanted more words to fill in that extra space. Since Manabe became the chief editor, the number of revisions just continued to increase like this. Gradually, he no longer bothered to hide his tyrannical attitude. Yet, as someone working under him, I could only fulfill his orders. I guess I'll write some more words then. I finished. So, about the additional fee. What? There won't be any. It can't be helped since you didn't write enough numbers of words. But you're the one who originally told me to write 5,000 words.
It's your fault for not being able to write an article with enough content with 5,000 words.
In the end, he evaded my request and I wasn't paid the extra fee. Not only that, for another article... What? A change in topic?
Yep. Throw away the article you're working on now. Rewrite an article with this new topic.
Throw it away? The whole thing?
You have a problem?
But I've already written quite a lot of it.
I can't pay you for what we can't use. Stop complaining.
I'd already written a few thousand words. And of course, there was no talk of paying me extra for this. For the past 6 months, I've been telling myself that as a professional writer, it was my duty to answer to my chief editor's demands. But I was being overloaded with work. I couldn't take it anymore. That is quite unbelievable. That's not acceptable. Yeah, I think so too. I told what had been happening recently, and everybody said the same thing.
I think you should say what you really think. You're not a slave after all.
I'm not a slave. I know that. But I was getting many work offers from the company in addition to Stage Plus. If I lose my connection with them, I only have odd pieces of jobs here and there, and my income will be very unstable. That's why, as frustrated as I was with him, I had fulfilled his request, but... You have less time for yourself, because you have to spend extra hours on work, right? Is your wife doing all right? He had a point there. I'd become a freelance writer so that I could have more time for myself and support my wife. With the way things are now, I was better off before I became a free writer. I got home after finishing up the drinks with my friends. I took a bath, finished writing an article I'd been working on, and sent it off. I got into bed. It was midnight. When I get up in the morning, I'll probably have to do more revisions. I was having such thoughts as I closed my eyes. What? I woke up in the middle of the night as my phone rang. It was 1 a.m. It was the chief editor. At this time of night?
Hey, were you awake?
Yes, I was sleeping.
The article you submitted. Turns out we have to change the topic. I just sent you the new topic in my email, so do a rewrite.
What? How about the fee for the article I already submitted?
We aren't using it, so of course there'll be no pay. How's the magazine supposed to keep itself up if we pay for an article we don't even use? So, can you write a new one now? 5,000 words. There isn't much time, so I want this by tomorrow morning.
What time does he think it is now? That's really not possible. At least until tomorrow afternoon.
I don't care about your personal life. Just write an article, fast!
That's too much! I cannot write it! You want me to write it at this time of the night, and the deadline is tomorrow morning? I am not your slave.
For an outsourcing writer, you are one to talk. If you have any problems, I am terminating your contract. If you don't want that, be my guest.
Please, terminate the contract. It was a pleasure to do business with you.
You? Do you know what you're saying? You realize there are many others who can take your place, you know?
Will that be all? Because I'm going to bed. I had enough. In any case, I wouldn't have been able to continue at this pace. I turned off my phone and went back to the bedroom. My wife was sleeping quietly next to me. Right. I am not a slave. I became a free writer so that I could support her. I didn't do so to become used around by Manabe. A month or so had passed after that phone call, and I had no business dealings with Stage Press. I got a call one afternoon from Manabe. Yes?
So, I wanted to offer you work.
What? I won't be accepting any more work from you.
Hey, think it over. I apologize for what happened last time.
You say that you can easily find someone to replace me, didn't you? Please, ask the others.
There's no one who's willing to accept the work!
Yep, I thought so. I grinned. So after that phone call a month ago, So that's what happened, and after that, I couldn't take it anymore and quit.
That is a hopeless case there. The chief editor is new, right?
Right. His name is Manabe.
Ooh. Isn't he the one who used to write for Paparazzi magazine? Terrible. I'll make sure not to accept any work from him myself.
Me too. Actually, why don't we get the word out to others and make sure to not accept any work from Stage Press?
That's a good idea. I'll ask 40 or 50 of my acquaintances, and I think they'll be able to get the word out to all the others.
That's great!
We just need to make sure we have less people falling victim to Manabe. It would just be too unfortunate if they were to do business with him.
That was what happened. Since I wasn't a super talented writer or anything like that, I had been putting in my effort in making connections. A specialized magazine like Stage Press would be in trouble if the writers refused to accept their offers. It turned out that most of the writers agreed to this action, and they all went to work for a competitor's magazine.
If I can't continue to find writers willing to accept work, I won't be able to publish the magazine. I can't get any work done. And my position...
Your position? Oh, that's alright.
What?
Serves you right. I'm sure there are many people out there who could take your place.
What? You? How dare you?
After that, Manabe was removed from his position as the chief editor. If there are no more writers, then there's nothing to edit. Since he had been in a position to order people around for a long time, he must have thought that he himself had become a grand person. After Manabe lost his position, he lost face and quit. I heard that he himself became a freelance writer after that, but because of the lack of connections, he couldn't get any work. At some point, he had disappeared from this field. It served this idiot right for thinking that freelance writers were his slaves. Then,
hey, long time no see! Looks like we'll be working together again.
Mr. Kato took over Manabe's position. I signed a new contract with them, and now I'm leading a good life as a freelance writer. From now on, I plan to keep working hard to be able to fulfill the right requests.